Hi, my name is John Kim, and I'm a therapist who went through his own rebirth. I share my feelings and revelations. I believe in casual over clinical and with you instead of at you. I come unrehearsed on purpose because self help doesn't have to be so complicated. Why do we have so many freaking pillows on our beds? There's there's like 5 or 6 pillows, and then some of us have stuffed animals, right? Like our beds are covered with things. So, like in Japan, there's one pillow for your head, and that's it. I mean, they don't even have beds; they sleep on the floor. It's like one pillow on the floor. Anyway, I just think that as Americans, we have a lot of things, and we should stop putting them on our beds. But you know what I do think is important is thread count. I think thread count is crucial to quality of life, and there's nothing worse than a very low thread count bed. I mean, well, the sheets on the bed, the blankets, scratchy sheets is like wearing socks with holes in them. So I do understand the thread count thing. I do not understand the 15 pillows, the decorative pillows. I know that it makes your bed look better, but then at the end of the night you got to take it all off to go to sleep. Anyway, let's talk about 4 things that make him marriage material. And I want to put quotes around marriage material because I don't want to promote this idea that you know you have to be married to be happy, or I mean, or that you even have to be in a relationship to be happy, right? I'm using the words marriage material as a concept, as a term, because um, we in our society use that as a term. So here are the 4 things that I believe. Now, of course, there are many things, but if I had to pick 4, and I'm also trying to be kind of creative, so they're not obvious things, right? But things that maybe you have not thought about. And I also want to say that if you are a man, these are also 4 things that I think make a woman marriage material, quote unquote marriage material. Okay, 1, fire in his belly, right? He has to have a passion for something. He's going somewhere. I know for me, in my story, I've lived a lot of my life with zero fire in my belly, not even a pilot light, and it's destructive to relationships. I always tell people that first, where ask yourself where you're going, and then second, ask yourself who's going with you. And if you reverse the order, which I have in the past, you will be going alone because people want to go on rides. People want to, people want your character to arc. They want to go on journeys. This is not a gender thing. This is not a man or woman thing. This is a people thing. And if you're not going anywhere, if you don't have a passion to go somewhere, it's not attractive, but it's dysfunctional because it makes the relationship lopsided, right? So, having a bone crushing drive to build and share his gifts, right? If he hasn't found his purpose or purposes, because I think we have many purposes in life, not just one, um, then his mission is to actively explore to find out, right? He's not just on the couch playing video games and wishing or wanting or waiting for his purpose to fall on his lap. He's out exploring actively. He has a burning desire to make a dent in the world, and it's bigger than him. And if he's not determined to go somewhere, there will be, uh, like I said, no ride or no journey. Just a lot of sitting in front of the TV and dreaming with a dad bod. All right. Number 2, communication. He communicates. I know it's predictable, but it's imperative, right? On all levels, like his wants, his feels, his fears, his dreams. And communication is also about reading subtext, right? What are people saying underneath their words, right? Having that ability. So without communication, it's nearly impossible to build in any healthy, sustainable relationship. That's the soil for everything. So obviously, if he can't communicate or doesn't have the ability to, um, that's not marriage material.
We'll be right back after this brief message.
I don't know about you, but my gut is all kinds of fucked up and I am bloated all the time. Did you know that your gut bugs can control your energy production and even body shape? When you cut out sugars to lose fat, your gut bugs, now that sounds kind of gross, lie dormant and wait. Plus, they also shoot out eggs. When the sugar comes back, they wake up all the eggs and then the eggs hatch. And this is why we get rebound weight gain and bloated so easily after losing weight. ATP Science created a new product called Gut Right. And I want you guys to check this out. Here's what Gut Right does it stops the overgrowth of normal bugs that immune burden and toxicity systematically. Gut Right replaces the missing modbiotics in our diet, just like multivitamins can replace the missing vitamin. So get your gut right today. Visit atpscience.com / get gut right and get 20% off your first order. Plus, you get free shipping when you use the coupon code Angry Therapist. Go to atpscience.com / get gut right and you get 20% off your first order if you use the coupon code all caps Angry Therapist and get your gut straight as I am doing. All right, number 3. This is a big one. He takes ownership. I don't think that you can be self aware if you don't practice or have the ability to take ownership, right? If one never takes ownership for his actions, there's no growth or self awareness. There's just defensiveness. It's basically a defensive boy refusing to grow up. So without taking ownerships, well, I guess, yeah, many times in your life, but without taking ownership, the fights will be one sided with blame and judgment. And if you don't own your own piece, then what you're going to do is you're basically going to make your partner feel like it's their fault. So then you go into this pattern of blaming and judging. And again, lopsided, unhealthy relationships, right? So to hold a safe space, one has to have the ability to take ownership. Ownership also means that he takes care of himself and his own needs, right? He's owning his life, not only his wrongdoings. Um, I think that ownership is what expands people, and I think people who don't own, they are stunted. And number 4, he has his own life and opinions. So this means his own friends, his own hobbies, right? Um, his own choice in chips. So like if he likes Doritos, but he doesn't say it, and he just keeps saying he likes Cheetos because you like Cheetos, um, that's not having your own life. And I'm using that. I'm trying to be like I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's not. Like even little things like that, right? They're huge. You know, if he doesn't have opinions, and you know if he's the guy that's like where you're like, hey, we're going to go to eat, and he's like, I don't, wherever you want to go. Well, no, where do you want to go? Well, I don't, wherever you want to go, and it turns into that. Um, then we don't have a person. You know, someone without opinions is not a person. It's just someone who's doing life for you, and that doesn't work, right? Again, lopsided. His life shouldn't hang on yours. He has to be his own person. Yes, he holds your hand, but not your leg, right? I used to be someone who used to hold legs and not hands. I went from mouth to nipple. You know, I in my marriage put her on a pedestal, and by doing so, see, I thought to be a man, to love someone truly, you do anything for that person, including you sacrifice your own life and you go down with them. And I get that can be romantic, but only in movies. In real life, that's not romantic. It's actually very unattractive, and you end up disappearing, right? And the relationship suffers because of that. So number 4 is he has his own life and he has his own opinions. So these are just 4 of the things that I think make him quote unquote marriage material. fire in his belly. He communicates, has the ability to express himself. He takes ownership, and that's what creates a safe space and allows him to grow. And finally, he has his own life and opinions. And again, this is not just for men. This is also what I believe makes a woman wife material, quote unquote. But forget about marriage. These are just things that you should look for in a partner. Period. It doesn't matter if you're dating him or her or investing in a relationship. These are all, I think, crucial. They're important things, and I think these are things that many people don't think about, because when we get into relationships, we basically say, "Oh, we're not getting punched in the face, and it's not abusive, and he's not doing heroin, so it's all good." And it's like, no, that's not good. Um, that's just the beginning. What else is he bringing to the table besides a heartbeat, right? So these are some things to look for. I would actually make these non-negotiables and put a lot of weight on them, because then you will position yourself to be in something that is not just lukewarm, but that's going to make the relationship thrive and grow, and that's how you give yourself a new experience that starts to eclipse old relationship experiences. And if you don't do that, you're going to start loving with your past. And you know how I talk a lot about love without your past? Loving with your past means when you don't give yourself new love experiences, so you don't grow, you don't experience anything different. And so what you do is you just keep uh, uh, repeating patterns. I mean, the only thing changing is our faces, right? So then you kind of are stuck, and it's hard to grow when you're in any relationship, especially if they're unhealthy, right? And so then you're stunted, and that's it. That's love. That's all you know, and that's actually what not love. That's not what love is. Love is so much more, right? Love is infinite. Love is about exploring. Love is about learning and growing and all of that. And so I think these are some of the things that are required for you to have those new experiences. Thank you for listening. Um, be well, love responsibly. And also, if you haven't subscribed and you like this dialogue, subscribe to this. And I will also be interviewing guests. And this is brand new, and I'll be doing it maybe once a month. When I started this podcast, I was just going to be like, 15 minutes in a shot glass, unrehearsed, which I still do. I just turn the mic on and talk, and I'm just myself. I try to imagine like you're in front of me in a coffee shop, and we're just shooting the shit, right? That's always going to be the tone. But recently, I decided once a month or maybe more, I'm going to start interviewing guests, and so that'll be long form. So look out for those episodes. They'll be like roughly an hour, and I'm super excited because we're going to hear some amazing stories. Hey, before you go, if you like my ramblings and revelations and shares, I am now texting people directly to their phone. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com. If you want to subscribe, I'll be doing weekly text, 5 days a week, reminders, and also mindsets and exercises and challenges. And every week there will be a different theme, a different topic. So I hope to see you in your phone. And also, if you enjoy this conversation, I hope you help me spread the dialogue and help other people by sharing it. You never know what people need to hear. So if it's helped you, I hope you can help me help others. Thank you. Hey, if you have a passion to help others and want to become a life coach, or you just want to acquire tools to change your own life, learn more about our Catalyst Life Coaching Intensive. We are an evidence-based training program with an amazing, authentic, vibrant community, and we give lifetime support. Just go to my website, theangrytherapist.com, and click on Life Coach Training.